Tomorrow marks the anniversary of the Aurora movie theater massacre when a man opened fire in a crowded theater, leaving 12 people dead and 70 others hurt.
Dawn Hutchsprung.
Near Aurora, Colorado this morning, a somber reading of names, the 12 people slain in the theater attack, and thousands of other victims of gun violence from across the country. More than 3,500 people, including victims and first responders, attended a special service earlier this week. Multiple other events are being held this weekend to pay tribute to the victims.
Well, 11 survivors of that mass shooting are in Nashville tonight for an annual convention. It's the same convention that was held in Aurora last year, and it's what brought them together for the midnight premiere of The Dark Knight Rises. Tonight, Channel 4's Anne McCloy talked to the victims about that horrifying experience. It's in a story you'll see only on Channel 4.
Nearly 1 year ago, this group of friends went to the movies.
As many of you know, and as Lee just said, 11 of my friends and I were in the shooting at the theater in Aurora, Colorado.
The 12 mass shooting survivors, teens and young adults from around the country, were in Colorado last year for an annual convention held by a group called Friends, the National Association of Young People Who Stutter. This year, the convention is in Nashville.
To me, it doesn't feel like it's been a year.
19-year-old Gage Hankins was hurt when a bullet came flying through the theater wall and hit him in the arm.
I turned around and I just saw his complete, his right side of his shirt was just, at that point was already covered in blood.
Steve Ostergaard was the chaperone that night.
I was hiding behind the popcorn machine, scared half to death because I had 10 other kids that were in there that I was responsible for.
He carried an injured Gage into the movie theater lobby and came face to face with the shooter.
I looked to the left and there was this man that was standing there trying to reload his gun.
You might think after such a tragedy that this group would be too spooked to go to another convention, to go to another movie, but they say not at all. In fact, they say the experience has brought them closer together.
This photo shows the 12 sitting the way they were in the theater that night. Gage has a tattoo to remember the victims.
It was one of the most horrifying experiences that I've ever gone through in my life, and yet I look back on last year's convention not with fear or sadness, but with gratitude and love.
Today at the meeting, a moment to honor those who 1 year later vow never to live in fear. In Nashville, Anne McCloy, Channel 4 News.
26-year-old James Holmes is awaiting trial in connection with the shootings. The former neuroscience graduate student has pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity.